else believe in yourself? Huh? Who else gon' believe in you? Who else gon' believe in you? Who else gon' believe in you? Believe in you.
Thank y'all for joining us for the 22nd episode of the Manny Hall Show. I'm out here in Ypsilanti, Michigan, at my dude shop, man. We are here at his workout facility, man, about to get it in. I'm not about to work out, y'all, but we are about to have an amazing interview. You're going to learn some fun things, anything that's going on with this great guy, Nate. You know, be blessed, tune in. Hey, bro, thanks for joining us, man. Appreciate it. Heard great things about you.
Yes, sir. Hurry Hustle Fitness. Building.
For sure. All right, man, you got a lot of space, man. Cameraman, can we get the shot of everything, man? It's dope. How long did it take you to get this whole thing together?
I don't know. When you say get it together, what do you mean?
Yeah, because was the building already here, and then y'all just did some reconstruction?
So basically, man, like I said, we had this side, this unit, there was a wall right here.
Okay.
Right, and this office is actually right here.
Wow, okay.
Right, so we tore that down, tore that wall down with daycare left, you know what I'm saying? And it's kind of, my whole goal was to have an open space. So I didn't want to fill it up with a lot of equipment. And things like that, so they give us space to run.
Right.
Things like that. But the way it all happened, man, was beautiful because, like, the lady who was over here in the daycare, she had been there for like 15 years. You know what I mean? So her leaving wasn't really a thought of mine, you know, with my wife. Main thing is this unit right here, it's not really used. It's smaller. You know, one day, man, I knew the lady who was running that daycare. And they ended up letting me know, like, you know, they was going to be leaving. She wasn't doing it no more. And basically, it was going to be an open unit. You know, so I wouldn't say that we were ready for it, you know, but we had to have it. You know what I'm saying? It allowed us to expand without relocating. You know what I mean? So we tore the wall down, man. And gave us a little more space. Yeah, it gave us more space. We went from 900 square feet to over 2,000.
All right, now tell me the story, man, because I heard bits and pieces of it. But like, tell me like everything, like when you first started doing your workouts, it's like, man, I really want to help people. And you was doing something in the garage or something, Quinn said?
So more than anything, so I was already working out a lot, you know, at home and things like that. My wife and I would train together, you know, I had to get in her. Can I watch my mom?
No, you good.
Okay. I had to get in her ass, you know, things like that. But, so I would be working out in my garage or my basement. It's really where it started, in our basement. And my wife, some of her friends might come by, work out with us. We run up the stairs and all that type of stuff, having a good time. But it was one day my wife and some of her friends, they went down to this boot camp in Redford. And they were paying this guy, you know, a little boot camp. You know, I was like, well, shit, y'all pay me that money, you know what I mean? I do a little boot camp, I work out, you know what I mean? So I took it upon myself. I was like, you know what? I told my wife, I'm gonna do it, you know, promote a boot camp or something. You know? So in the meantime, man, you know, I was working out and everything. I saw this chick, right, that I know, and she asked me, you know, to help her lose some weight. I was like, all right, well, if you're serious, you know, give me a call later on around 4 o'clock, you know. So she called me, and she came by, we linked up. I said, well, listen, I'm not a certified trainer, you know, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna charge you $15 a day, right? So you pay me for 3 days, but you can work out for 7. So you can work out 7 days a week, you know what I mean?
That's a good deal.
So it was $45 a week,
Right.
you know, that's $180 a month.
Right.
It's a lot of money, you know what I mean? That's like a car note. For some people.
But people don't spend 15 to get something to eat though.
Yeah, that's true. But I gotta be a realist. You know what there was a demographic of people I knew I wanted to reach.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So $180 wasn't gonna be affordable.
That's what's
you know. So I remember me and my wife went out to lunch at this little bar, and I told her, I said, babe, I'm charging this girl too much money. You know, I said $180 a month, she gonna let that go real quick. You know what I'm saying? So I said, you know what, I'm gonna charge you $5. I'm charging $5. She was like, that ain't no money. I said, baby, I said, it's not about the money. It's about the people.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You get enough people who pay you $5,
right.
man, you make some money.
Yeah, for sure.
You know? But I knew I wanted to make it affordable. I wanted to make getting in shape affordable. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't cost a whole lot to go to gym class.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how we looked at it.
Yeah.
So I told the young lady, I said, listen, man, I'm charging you too much money. I'm gonna charge you $5 a session.
Now, how was her reaction when you said, look,
she
I
didn't
know
believe
that you paying me this 15, but now I want you to charge me just 5.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling her.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Like, I'm gonna charge you 5 instead of this 15, you know what I'm saying? So for 3 days, you can come for 3 days and pay me $15.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so if that was the case, you 15 times 4, you know, that's $60 a month. You know, so if she came that much.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I did it, man. Started in my garage. I had an open space in my garage. I had one bench and a pair of 5-pound dumbbells. So when I look at what we have right now, you know, it still like amazes me.
Yeah.
You know, when I think about where we started from.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is like I didn't plan none of this. Like I didn't plan to be no personal trainer and start, you know, being a community activist. You know, trying to help people out. I didn't plan it, but it worked out. So I started promoting, you know, $5 personal training from my garage.
Wow. And that was dope because it was like probably wasn't nobody else doing it.
Nobody doing it. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't nobody doing it like that. There were a couple trainers in the area doing their thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But basically, I went below the market.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We talking $5.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, I'm pulling people to my garage. So at the end of the day, man, it really boiled down to, you know, how do I get strangers to come to my garage and work out? You know what I mean? So that was the power of social media, Instagram. You know, so I started promoting it. You know, we get little videos on there and things like that. And, you know, people started gravitating to it, like $5, you know? And then I tried to create an energy that was infectious, that was contagious. It's like, man, I like this guy's energy. I want somebody else to feel this guy's energy. You know what I mean? Feel this guy's passion. You know, that's come up, it kind of snowballed, you know? So I had this jar that I would use, big vase type of jar that I would use that people would put the money in. Because what I wanted to do was I wanted to create a relationship with my teammates, whereas I didn't associate the people I trained as clients.
Wow, okay.
You know what I'm saying? They were
That's
my teammates.
Yeah.
So I never touched the money, you know what I mean? There was never no hand-to-hand transactions, you know what I'm saying? It was like, you know, you put your $5 in this jar because I wanted to keep our relationship, you know,
That's
pure.
different though. What made you come up with that?
Because I wanted people to know that it was more about us building a relationship than, you know, you just losing weight, working out, and then I send you on your way. You know what I mean? I want people to understand that, like, the goal has to be not to quit. You see what I'm saying? Like, I've seen plenty of people lose weight, 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds, and then they quit. And then that weight comes back. You know what I mean? They bring all that weight back. So there has to be more just understanding of, you know what, this is necessary. Not so much as I gotta lose all this weight. Like, if you doing it this year and next year, your body will change.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
So, you know, getting back to the story, man, we started promoting the $5 hustle. That's what it was, called Hungry Hustle Fitness, $5 hustle. And people really started coming. You know what I mean? So we got people running up and down the street, on the sidewalk, in the garage, and mind you, I'm minding this alone. Right? But the community, like, really, like, man, like, because people already know me in the community. So once, you know, the hustle took off, it was like, man, it was like we had all the neighborhoods in there. So it took off, man. It started doing real well, made me real busy. And I can remember my wife telling me, you know, you need to get control of this. You need to get control of this. It's too much. You ain't got no control, because I'm always on my phone, you know, responding to people, posting videos, posting pictures, man. And it got to the point where it was consuming me. You know, so I was working a job as a supervisor in Wixon, U.S. Food Services. So I was doing that, and my wife and I, we were on opposite shifts. It's been like that for years, like 10 years. So, and I would drive to work, man, normally on like a Sunday. So my shift was Sunday to Thursday. I drive to work on a Sunday, man. I would get emotional. Because one, I'm missing my wife, missing my kids, you know, and I got to go to work on a beautiful sunny day, you know what I mean? And I'm going to be there for 13, 14 hours, don't know what time I'm coming home,
Gotcha.
you know. So I'll be traveling down 275, man, just like, Lord, like, this can't be my life. Like, I can't keep doing this way, you know, when I'm coming to work, you know, when I'm going home, my wife is going to work, it's like, there's just no connection. And, man, he showed me another way.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? He showed me another way. But the story, man, you know, we had a neighbor.
Okay.
You know, as we started growing, we had a neighbor who became irritated by what we were doing, you know. But the bad thing about it is, you know, the guy never came and formally complained to myself
Not
or
one
my
time?
wife. No, he never came and knocked on my door and said, hey, Nate,
That's crazy.
a lot of noise, man, you think you can keep it down, you
Yeah.
know. So they began to go to the township, talking to the township about what we doing, saying we running a business out of our home and all of that, which we were in a sense, but I mean, it was a positive business, you know what I mean?
Right.
So the township started creeping around the house, watching us, checking us out. And there was one time in particular, man, we had like 13, 14 people, right? Mostly our people running up and down the street.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So next thing you know, the police comes, right? They talk about, they say we're impeding traffic, right, in the neighborhood. You know? Asked me, was I running a business out of my garage and all of that, you know? I'm like, no, you know, just saying we're working out.
Right. That's it.
So after that, man, you know, I had a job, and there was one of my guys I worked with. He said, man, listen, he said, man, you ain't gonna be doing this much longer. I made like $700 in 1 week.
Wow.
Right? You know, $5 hustle.
Yeah.
So by Friday, I had like $750.
Wow. Okay.
I was amazed. Like, man, I can do this every week. I ain't never got to go back here and work.
Yeah.
And one day, man, my guy told me, he said, Nate, man, you ain't gonna be here much longer, bro. And I was making about $65,000.
Wow.
You know? I said, no, man, I'm a long way from that. You know what I mean? I gotta be making what I'm making here right now to, you know, to leave here.
Yeah, but he was seeing something different.
He was seeing something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He wasn't the first person to tell me that, man. So there was another time, man, my boss, and I knew my production was slipping as a supervisor. You know what I mean? I admitted that to my boss.
Okay.
And there was a time, man, he pulled me up in his office and he said, you know, Nate, this training stuff isn't paying your bills. Like, what's paying my bills? You see what I'm saying? Like, you out of place right now with what you're saying. You know, now granted, my productivity may have slipped, but let's keep it at that. Don't speak on my business that you don't even know about. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of motivated me. Like, this motherfucker, like, how dare you say that? Like, you borderline being disrespectful. You know. So anyway, when with my production slipping, they put me on this little program, basically, because of my job, right? I wasn't doing. So my boss had went out of town one day, man, for a few days, and I was supposed to have some things done, you know, when he got back. Okay. And I didn't have it done, you know. And I was telling my wife, I said, baby, I don't think I'm gonna be doing this much longer. And she was like, well, baby, we need to plan this. We need to stay there a little longer so we can plan it. Okay, that sounds cool and everything, but so make a long story short, man, my boss comes back. We have this big meeting with my supervisor, which is my manager, director of operations, all our big bosses. You know, they pull me into this room, big oval table, and they all got their notepads out. You know, I'm the center of attention. You know, so I get in there, I sit down. They say to me, he says, Nate, what do you want to talk about first? And I said, well, listen, you know, I looked at all of them. I said, listen, man, I'm not even gonna waste your time anymore. I said, you know, I found something I really love to do, something I'm really passionate about, and I'm gonna do it. You know, I'm effectively resign my position here at U.S. Foods, you know, today, and pursue my passion, you know, to train and help and motivate and encourage people. They closed their notebooks up, you know, and I don't think they even believed what I was saying to them. You know what I mean? I think it was a big shock, you know, because for any reason they could have been trying to fire me or whatever based on what was going on. And I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna resign and move move forward with my life. And you know, he had a few questions and all of that. You know, I had the answers for him, but he said, Nate, well, you know, if this doesn't work out, man, you know, come back, you know, you get your job back. I said, listen, man, I am never working for anybody for the rest of my life.
Wow.
Do you understand me? Ever. I'm not coming back. So there is no plan B, no plan C, no plan D. So I tell you, man, when I left out of that building, and I've been in that job for 9 years, right, 9.5 years, man, as a supervisor. And when I walked out of that building, when I tell you, I felt like I weighed nothing.
Wow.
Like I felt weightless.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was like I just let like any issue, any problem, anything that had to do with that job or any work, it was over. It was just like I was like water.
Yeah.
You know, I called my wife and said, baby, I did it. I said, I left. It's over. You know, and naturally, man, she was nervous. You know what I mean? A little apprehensive about
That's
it all.
understandable, though.
You know, but I would always tell my wife, I said, baby, you know, we gotta take chances. You know, champions take chances. You know, and I wasn't afraid to take the risk. I didn't know what we were gonna do. I didn't know what it was gonna look like. I had signed up for personal training school. It cost me about $1,000. You know, so I get home, my wife, I'm like, you know, free. You know, like it's free. And I don't remember the timeline, you know, but we ended up being sued by the township for running the business in the garage. And I came home one evening, and my wife, you know, she's like, baby, you know, we just got served. Man, we just got served. You know, we got a court, we were sued by the township. Mind you, I just left my job. You know? So she's even more nervous than she was before. You know what I mean? Because now the township wanted us to find a building to operate out of. They were just doing their job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I understood that. We went to court. I had talked to my auntie, who's a lawyer. You know what I mean? She gave us some insights and things like that to maybe speak about. But really, it just came down to us finding a building. So we ended up finding this spot. Okay, and the guy wouldn't be able to give me my keys until, you know, a few days later. So we go to court. It was Thursday, am I right, baby? We went to court on like a Thursday. And I'm gonna share it with you, man. The judge, he was very nice, cool. I mean, he was cool, man. He got a good judge, you know, got sweet. So there was a recess. There was a brief recess before they saw our case. And I saw them go back with some of our files and everything. Judge came back, and his whole energy changed when it was time to deal with us. And basically, man, make a long story shorter, you know, he told us, you know, we had to cease and abate, which means stop doing what you're doing.
Wow.
And I told him, I said, Your Honor, well, this is how I feed my family right now. I said, we found a building. We just need, you know, about 30 days to get it up to code, things like that, but I need to, you know, make some money out of my garage training people. You know what I mean? He was just like, no, we need you to cease and abate right now. So we did it. You know, and I remember us leaving, and the same people who complained, right, they came to court. You know, this is my natural next door neighbor.
Yeah.
Okay? So, and I thought, you know, we was cool and everything, you know what I mean? Obviously, we not. So I told him, I said, you know, I'm still gonna be your neighbor. You know what I mean? Regardless. You're not about to run me out of my own house. You know what I mean? So, it was God's blessing, man. We found this unit. We got in here, man, for 30 days straight. 30 straight days. There was no days off. Monday through Sunday. Wow. You know what I'm saying? We was in here just this side, just knocking walls down. We had to get the floor, the mirrors. And my garage was similar to this, and it's the way it looked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We had the walls, drywall, big, nice flat screen TV, black floor, white and red walls and things like that. So it looked real nice in the garage, you know. So I wanted to make sure when we came here, it looked the same.
Yeah.
It still looked good. You know, I didn't have a lot of equipment in my garage. You know, a lot of older equipment used here and there. You know, so I told my wife, I said, listen, I can't go into a brand new facility or building with this old equipment.
Yeah.
You know? So man, we had about maybe $10,000. You know, and I think we took about 9 of it. About $9,000 of that money. He just weights, as much as we could with the money that we had. We left ourselves about a G.
Wow.
So it was a lot for my wife to digest in the sense of us, going all in. But it worked out. It definitely worked out. And what it gave me more of, man, was the ability to spend time with my wife, spend time with my kids every day. Which I was not able to do for over 9 years. You know what I'm saying? And the time that I came home, man, my oldest daughter was going through a lot, transitioning to being a younger lady and making bad choices, while I'm at work. You understand what I'm saying? So my wife is home alone dealing with all of this and needing my assistance. I can't be there because I'm at work. So it worked out for the best, man, in terms of that being. So if I said I needed to make $65,000 or more to be at home, being able to see my wife and being able to see my kids, like that was, to me, like that was the $65,000. I don't know how much money I make now. You know what I mean? I don't count. I don't have $100 in my pocket. I might have $20, $30, $40 in my pocket. You know what I mean? But like I said, man, I get to sleep with my wife every day.
That's what's up.
Eat dinner with my wife every day. See my kids every day. So the whole transition changed my entire life. Where money is so insignificant to me that, people coming here right now, man, like if they don't have it, I'm gonna work with you regardless. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be about how much money you got or don't have. You know what I'm saying? I train you for absolutely nothing until you get it. You dig what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's pretty much the story, man, and it just worked out, bro. Like, I don't know how it's working out, but man, it's working out.
Yeah, but it seemed like there's a lot of key things that I heard, like you having empathy for people, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like you caring more about them, you know what I'm saying? And then really looking at it from the perspective like, this is my family, and I only got them for so it's like if everything else gone, if I got them, I'm good.
Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of people don't really understand, because it's like putting that value on money, you're making $200,000, $1 million a year. But a lot of these like corporate people, they grinding so much at work.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't never seeing their daughter,
Right.
they ain't never seeing their son.
Right.
Their wife barely even know them.
Right. They provide.
Yeah.
Right. You provide monetarily, but I was raised on love. Like my father, we didn't have a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm sure that's a lot of people's story.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I didn't have a lot in terms of what was given to me in terms of materialistic things. I didn't have the latest fashions. I was borrowing clothes, plastic shoes from Pickway and Payless and all that. But my father, man, he loved me in a way that was just unreal. You know what I'm saying? And not to take it away from my mother, because she loved me just as well. But I spent a lot of time with my father, and that's what I really preferred to be with. You know what I mean? He would speak to me, at 7, 8 years old, like I was 20.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Really talking to me as a young man, and there was always, there was one key thing he always tell me, man. He said, son, you're gonna struggle. You're gonna struggle. You're gonna fall in a hole. You're gonna have to dig your way up out that hole. You're gonna fall in the hole again. You got to dig your way up out that hole. Yeah. Right? Adversity is a part of life. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's something he really, 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 really drilled in.
And for me, like that's real talk that a lot of fathers are not gonna tell their son, but it's real life. And I feel like, especially in the black community, if more fathers be truthful about what this life is really all about, they will be more equipped and prepared for it. You know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day, right now, man, there's so many younger guys having kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The generation of these kids are younger, having kids, man. So they're not really mentally fathers yet. No. You understand what I'm saying? They still thinking about how much fun they can have. Yeah. How can I get my kid to my mama so they take care of it, and things like that, man. So my family, man, like my team, no, I don't address anybody as a client. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's teammate. I don't promote myself as a great trainer. You know what I'm saying? I promote the team, the people. Yeah. Like I said, man, it's gym class. You know what I'm saying? People come here and say, Nate, how long will it take me to lose 30 pounds? I have no idea. All I know is if you keep training and you you never stop training, your body gonna change.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really what it boils down to.
For sure.
I treat the women in here like they my sisters. I treat the guys like they my brothers.
Gotcha.
Right? I'm loud. I can be obnoxious. I use profanity. I don't cuss at my team members, my teammates. But I talk shit, and they know it. But they respect it because they know it's just my passion. I don't lack the vocabulary
For sure.
at all.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? But I like to stir shit up. You know what I mean? Some of my posts on Facebook, some people don't like it. Some people don't like the shit that I say, how
That's
I say
okay.
it. I don't give a fuck. Like, honestly, because I'm gonna be raw. If you overweight, you out of shape, I'm gonna tell you. You know what I mean? I got homeboys I see all the time, man. They know it. They know it. I see them. You know, they might have been, 200 pounds 4 years ago. We hooping, everything. Now 4 years later, I see them, they 295. They ain't playing ball no more. They face like this. You know what I mean? Like, what happened? You know what they tell me? I got married and had kids. So you see, there's and this is a common thought here, it's a common theme here. Like, cats that get married, get a lady, and just, like, fuck it. I'm just gonna work, eat, sleep, shit, fuck, get overweight, and don't even care. And at the end of the day, like, if I get a teammate, my wife, my lady, I'm trying to win with you. Like, we trying to progress. We ain't trying to regress. Like, why would I get with you and start losing? But we making money, but we still losing. You see what I'm saying? Like, you put this big thing on money, but you overweight, you unhealthy, like, and you don't care. So I talk shit about that. Like, man, we need to care. We all need to care.
We do.
And first of all, I ain't perfect, bro.
No, I feel it.
Right? I might sip a little, I might blow every now and then, you know what I mean? That's just the human side of me. I ain't always eating the greatest. But what I tell you I'm not gonna do, I'm not gonna let myself go. Whether I got a gym with members, whether I'm in my basement. And I told my wife this, flat out, we not gonna be 45, 50, 60 years old, wishing we can go do this, wishing we can go do that, but we can't do it because we overweight and out of shape. We're not gonna live like that. And me and my wife used to have battles. You need to love me for me. No, I love you for you. But if I marry you at 160, you can't get to 190 and be like, it's cool, like, we're still together though. Hey, love me for me? No, because it changes things, man.
That's real though.
And in reality, man, it says a lot about anybody, man, when you don't take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't even take care of yourself. How you gonna do anything for me? Or your kids? We're not setting that example no more. I got plenty of fathers, man, whose boys is football players, and they telling their boy what they need to be doing. Oh, you need to be doing this. You need to be doing that. You need to be doing this. Well, what you doing, pops? Like, you gonna drop me off? You gonna go do nothing? Right. And then come back and pick me up after you was doing nothing. Right. But you want me to be in here busting my ass, going hard, telling me what I can become. I can become this great college athlete, but you ain't showing, like, you telling me. After a while, the voice, it falls on deaf ears. It's like, man, you talking all this shit, but you ain't even look at you, pops.
I love it.
You look terrible, pops.
It's this thing, because I went to business school, and it's different kinds of leadership, but one of them, what you're talking about, is servant leadership, where you show example of what you want your team to do. But if you don't show that example, you can never expect them to.
And my team expects a lot of me.
Yeah.
Because I expect a lot of them.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? I apply a lot of pressure. And that's why a lot of people who come in here, they don't stay. You see what I'm saying? You got to be a certain type of person to really vibe with us. You can't be negative at all. Gotcha. A negative person won't fit in here.
Gotcha.
They gonna run up out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because their energy don't match. You know what I'm saying? You gotta come in here, man. I got people coming here, man. You gonna come in, you gonna speak to everybody. You gotta speak. Hey, everybody. Good, but you can't walk in my gym. Go sit down, get up, and then you go over here and you down there, and everybody down. No, brothers and sisters and family. You know what I'm saying? That's important.
No, I know you said earlier, Nate, like, why you think that's important, man. But it seems like you got this ingrained in you, man. That it got to be a team. We got to be brothers and sisters.
Right.
Can you speak to other entrepreneurs, man, and tell them the importance of that, man?
I mean, together each accomplishes more.
Yeah.
That's team.
Yeah.
Right? TEAM. Together each accomplishes more. So, you know, I was taught as a ball player in sports, man. I don't know if you play sports, man, and most people have, but sports creates a dynamic that is it's just different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like sports to me embodies life.
Yeah.
So everything that I do in my life, I relate to the sports I played or my training.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And even my business side, like I know that I have to be aggressive,
Gotcha.
but I know that if I work with my man and me and him work together, we can touch more lives
Gotcha.
together.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And believe me, man, I done reached out to many trainers out here in the area, but they don't really want to work with myself, you know. And I'm a firm believer that, you know, let's do a boot camp together, and we don't charge nobody. Let's do a free boot camp. Your people, my people, his people. We have a boot camp with 50, 60 people just getting in shape for free. You know what I mean? But it's exposure. You understand what I'm saying? It's exposure. You know what I mean? So I had a trainer in the area. I reached out to this young lady, and you know, I told her, I said, I don't look at you as a competitor. You know what I mean? At all. You know, I just look at you as a woman who's out here, you know, feeding the community better. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to feed the community better. That's what I want to do.
That's it.
You know what I mean? When she turned around and said she appreciated me reaching out, but she looks at I am a competitor. I am her competitor, and basically she don't want to work with me.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
So it was cool.
Yeah.
You know, it was cool, but I blew up. We blew up so fast, bro. I mean, it was like overnight. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, man, we weeded out some of the other trainers. You know what I'm saying? Well, it was training, but man, we applying pressure. They talk about how he ain't certified. That's all right. We applying pressure. You ain't gotta be certified.
They still coming in the door.
Still coming in the door. So you don't gotta be certified in the state of Michigan to be a trainer. So once I found that out, I took that $1,000 that I had from that school.
I love it.
You know, and that was God's
Yeah,
way of telling me, like,
yeah.
son, this ain't what you need.
Yeah.
Take that money,
Gotcha.
invest it in your
Gotcha.
business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And watch what happens.
Yeah.
You know? So I try my best, man, to treat people the way I want to be treated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, man, when I grew up under Coach Garland, he always told me,
Shout out to Coach Garland.
Yeah, Michael Garland, assistant coach at Michigan State University. He changed my life. You know what I'm saying? He was very, very, very instrumental in helping me become a better man. Kind of replacing my father while he was gone. You know what I mean? And it's funny because some of the guys on my team, oh man, you the coach's son, you the coach's son. But no, I bust my ass. See what I'm saying? When it's time to run lines, I'm trying to be first. While you don't care, I care. You see what I'm saying? I was trying to go to the next level, if that was possible for me. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't my plans, you know what I'm saying? But I knew that if I worked hard, and I wasn't afraid of shit, if I wasn't afraid to fail, I wasn't afraid to lose, I'm gonna win. I ain't worried about fail. I ain't worried about losing. I took L's. You see what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm still gonna win because I'm thinking about winning. I ain't thinking about the loss or the negative aspect of what I'm trying to get accomplished. I know that exists. I'm trying to funnel every bit of energy I got into what I know I want to happen. So if I give, you know, a hint of energy to the negative part of it, that could bring everything down.
It's true.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So this was a plan A, plan B, plan C. You see what I'm saying? And it's working out. You know what I'm saying? It really is.
So like when you talked about those other trainers, like it's dope that you still had that same perspective no matter what. Like we're not in competition, let's all work together. But what I like most about it is that didn't make you look at her in a different way. You just like, it is what it is.
Yeah. And I have 3 other trainers that train here.
Okay.
They bring their people here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that's working out well. But one of the guys who he was training with one of my competitors, you know what I mean? And he came here, like, you know, I really like what's going on over here. You know, he's sharing with me what's going on. But I was stopped my listen. You don't even gotta hate him, dog. You know what I'm saying? However he did it, that's how he did it, man. If you're gonna come here, this is what it's gonna be like. Be fair, honest, upfront with you. I want you to win. Because if you win, guess what? We win. Ain't no eye for me, bro. I don't need to shine. I don't need it. I want to shine with my team. I want to shine with my wife, kids. See what I'm saying? The team members that come in here and bust their ass, because I'm going to bust my ass. You know what I mean? But
you know how many lives be changed, man, if people start to adopt that concept, man?
What concept is that?
Just being a team.
Yes.
Taking that eye corner.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yes.
it's like all the people that I interviewed so far in Cleveland and different places, man, it's like everybody hustling and grinding and they're striving for it. But they always think that they by themselves on this island. And like collaboration, teamwork, they don't even think about for the most part because they feel like, well, ain't nobody trying to do nothing with me. But for the most part, like you did with old girl, you're not even trying to reach out. You're not even trying to talk to people. You more so like going to like these networking events and stuff like that, hoping that somebody connect with you. But at the end of the day, man, you gotta strive a little bit different.
Yeah, you do. I mean, working with others, man, and that's why I say I don't look at my teammates as clients, because I work with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I work with them. You know, and the trainers that have come in here, you know, I work with them. You know what I mean? You know, we bounce workouts off of each other. You know, share workouts, share ideas. You know, I let them know that their opinions matter here. I want to know what they think about. You know, how can we get better? What do you think we can be doing better in here that I'm not doing? Where am I falling short at? You know what I'm saying? I want them to have, you know, input on what they want to do, what kind of classes y'all want to run. You know what I'm saying? You run that class. It's all your money. That's your money. You know what I mean? You pay me what I get every month. You run a class every week. I don't need nothing. You don't treat the people right, the people don't treat you right. So we were wondering when I was at that job, why we got to hide, why we damaging all this product. They don't care, bro. Where my check at, man? Where my motherfucking check? That's all it is. I don't care about how many cases I done damaged and chicken. I don't care. I get paid next Thursday. That's what matters. And that's why the business that I was in with them was struggling, because if you don't take care of the people, they're not going to take care of you. Period. So if I take care of my people, if I take care of the people that come in here, man, I make them feel like, man, let them know, like, listen, I genuinely give a fuck. That little $100 you give me or $75 you give me, like, it means nothing if you don't come through the door. See what I'm saying? So I don't want your money every month if you ain't gonna come train. I mean, that's cool, but that ain't what I want. That's not my vision. Like, if you come here and pay me, I want you to come here and train. I don't want no donations. I want bodies in this bitch working. Because I want people to understand that if you do, it makes everything better, bro. I had a kid come here yesterday, his head was pounding. Daddy dropped his ass off anyway. Like, go here, I don't care. I'm gonna train. He got I said, listen, I guarantee you, when you're done training, your head will feel better. Now, but you gotta approach it different. We're gonna train about 45 minutes, I guarantee your head feel better. We was done, his daddy walked in here, man, he was just finishing his bench press. I said, little dad, how you feel? Great. Your hair hurt? You know what I mean? So, at the end of the day, man, like, I'm all about that teamwork. I'm all about that teammate shit. I spray painted it on my wall.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
Because I wanted.
So, I love this shot, man.
This was something, man, I remember when I put it up, my wife was like, why you doing that? Why you spray painting all the walls and all that, you know? I wanted the gym to have an urban feel.
Yeah.
I want you to walk in here and feel like you in the gym with a bunch of Negroes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whether you white, black, Chinese, you know, it's very diverse here.
Yeah.
But it's urban.
Yeah.
I tell people that when they walk in. It's urban gym, urban music, urban language, urban energy.
Right.
And I'm gonna be myself.
You got to.
I'm gonna be myself. I don't compromise myself. I don't, none of that.
Yeah.
You come in here, you wanna fuck with me, I'm gonna fuck with you. We're gonna have a good time, we're gonna train, you're gonna go home, we're gonna repeat it. You know? That's really what it boils down to.
So what's next?
I mean, just trying to grow.
Yeah.
Just trying to grow the people, man. I never knew what community service felt like until I started doing it.
Gotcha.
I mean, I never knew that I cared as much about people till I started doing this. Like I take being a being a friend seriously. So I got homeboys, I'll reach out to them, what's up, you know, how you doing, before I was doing all this, you know, because I care. I just care about the cats that I fuck with. But once I started doing this, I remember telling my wife this, like, I didn't know that this is what it feels like. So before I started this, and I would see, you know, other maybe entertainers or you know, athletes or whatever, and they're doing community service for the things for the community, and they're investing their time and energy into the community. Until I started doing it myself and seeing the smiles or the feeling that people get from either being around in the gym, being in my energy, being in our energy, you know what I'm saying? The way it was making people feel and people coming to me and saying like Nate, thank you so much. Like, you changed my life. I got a guy, his name is BT. He's not really 89 years old, but I'm like, man, you know, he's 89, he looks older, you know, but when he first walked in here, man, and I looked at him, I'm like, oh man, this son of a bitch. You know, and I told him this. You know, I told him, I said, when you walked in, BT, I'm like, oh, he ain't gonna make it. You know? But that's me prejudging. You see what I'm saying? But I was honest with him, you know. But he came in here, man, and he bust his ass. I mean, he bust his ass. He just gave me a book. And in the back of the book, he wrote a note in it and just told me, just, you know, thank you, man. You really changed my life. You know what I'm saying? He said he was dead before he started training.
Wow.
You know what I mean? He said he was dead inside. He just wasn't moving, wasn't doing a lot. He came in here, he said, man, this place electrified. He gave him a new energy. Now his wife is here. You see what I'm saying? He trained with me probably 7, 8, 9 months before his wife got on board. You know what I mean? But that's what happens. You know, one person will walk in and really like it and start coming, and when they leave, and I don't even got to tell them to talk about it. They talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh, man, this guy Nate on the gym, man, it's just amazing. Man. You got to go in there, the music, you know, the energy, you're going to love it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what happens.
And see, what I like about it too, Nate, is that it made me think about like how Jesus was when he was here.
Okay.
A lot of people didn't have to see what he did personally, but other cats would go tell about what they did and experience.
They saw, right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, you got to check Jesus out,
Right.
man. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if they wasn't getting healed directly,
Right.
just the fact that they experienced it, like, dad,
Real?
like, look at this transformation. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what it's about. Like,
Yeah.
like really, like walking in here, man, and it's just an infectious energy, man. People meet each other that they never knew each other.
Yeah.
Never knew each other. Next thing you know, they best friends.
Wow.
This your first day here? Yeah, this is my first day here. Oh, what time you be coming? You come back tomorrow? Yeah, I'll be back here tomorrow about 9:30. Okay, I'm gonna see you then tomorrow. Next thing you know, they meeting every Monday and Wednesday at 9:30. They have lunch together, and you know what I mean, and things like that. So I wanted that to be it, man. Where, like I said, man, we were a family. It's like you're part of something, like a bikers club.
Yeah.
I said we're a fitness team.
Yeah.
So we're planning events. We want to do things. We've had comedy shows here.
Yeah.
We went to a Lions game together. So
That's what's up.
I mean, we still, you know, trying to grow the brand. You know, kick it off the ground. But the goal is to eventually, man, you know, get some land.
That's what's up.
You know, get some land, put our own buildings on the land.
Okay.
You know, I would like to get a basketball court,
Gotcha.
indoor basketball court, man. We got basketball leagues, volleyball leagues, you know, youth leagues, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. I love basketball. We kind of have two adjacent units connected, you know,
That's what's up.
large training facility. You know, we can just do whatever we want, you know. So right now, that's what we're working on, man, growing the revenue, putting together a quality business plan, you know. And like I said, man, looking for, you know, I just want to be around people who want to win. You know what I mean? That's really my whole goal, you know, is to come in here or be in the community, man, with people who want to win. You know, you don't want to win, and your goal is to just be here. I don't want to be around that type of energy. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause those are the type of people, man, they want you to be what they are. You know what I mean? I want to be around people, man, that's gonna push me. You know, because I want to push others, but but I want to be pushed by your own motivation to get better. You know what I mean? If I'm striving to get better, and you striving to get better, and she's striving to get better, and he's striving to get better, like, what you think will come out of that?
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? We all in this joint trying to get better. What you think will come out of it? Better.
Yeah.
We was all in this bitch selling dope and smoking weed and getting blowed all day. Guess what we gonna do? Sell more dope, drink more drinks, smoke more weed. You know what I mean? So the more I give what I'm trying to give, the more the people who are in here give what they trying to give, we all give it together. We can't lose. Like, there's no way we can lose, bro. You know what I mean? So
any last words?
Man, just apply pressure. You know what I mean? I tell people all the day, man, that's one of my favorite hashtags is to encourage people to apply pressure. That's what winners do. Winners apply pressure, man. At the end of the day, man, winning is hard. You know, winning is hard. But the hardest things in life, man, are the things that make us better. You know what I'm saying? You go through something that's challenging you, you know, some adverse situation, you come up out of it, man, you should be better from it. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing that should beat your spirit down and things like that. You know, so I talk to my team all the time, man, about positive distractions. We all gonna get distracted. Everybody gets distracted. You know what I'm saying? It's just, do you allow your distraction to distract you? I think this is the most paramount thing that we can do because it gives you life. You may not have to do it on our level. You ain't gotta do it here. I don't tell people they gotta come to my gym and get better. I just tell people to get active, start moving, do something. Don't just not do nothing. Don't just wake up every day, go to work, come home, and repeat that. You know, people wonder why their back hurt, why their knees hurt. They attribute everything to old age. You know, it's like seriously, man, like, it's like, I'm getting old, so that's just what it is. We all gonna get older if we're alive. If God blesses us with breath, we're gonna get older. But I ain't gotta get old, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gotta get old. That's a distinct fucking choice. So when I talk about that, man, like, some people be cool with it, some people don't like it when I say it. But I'm gonna keep saying the shit that some people like, some people don't like. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, I just want people to apply pressure. You know what I'm saying? Get in better shape, eat better. You know what I mean? Drink water. You know, something I struggle with. You know, but that's my goal, man, is to inspire my community to get in better shape. You know, and if they come here, you know, this is where they come. If they don't, man, still, that's all. It's gonna make you happy.
How can they get in contact with you?
Man, we on Facebook, Nate Griffin. We on Instagram, Hungry Hustle Fitness Gym. And that's it, pretty much, man. You know, we're not on Twitter just yet. Not really on Snap. Be in and off of that, but Instagram and Facebook, man, is a great way to get in touch with us. Even you can Google us as well. But 1828 East Michigan Avenue, Ypsilanti, Michigan. You know, anybody want to come and get better, man? Like, I work with all people. You know what I'm saying? If you can't afford it right now, you can afford it later. Come work with us. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, man, I'm just trying to make getting in shape affordable for my people. You know what I mean? When I say my people, I don't mean the people that look like me. I just mean the people that's in my community. And I don't care what you look like. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get in better shape, I'm saying we're willing to help you out. So
thanks for being on the show.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's a pleasure. Listen, Hungry Hustle Fitness team, Hungry Hustle Fitness Gym, man, Ypsilanti, Michigan. I encourage any and everybody out there, man, to start taking better care of yourself. Right? It doesn't take a lot to start moving around. You can take the stairs at work, right? Instead of taking the elevator, you can take a walk around your block a couple times. You can touch your toes, you can do some jumping jacks, some squats, whatever it takes, man. Don't allow yourself to just get old, right? Take better care of yourself. It matters now, it's gonna matter later. Hungry Hustle Fitness, man. We out of here. Thank you.